Damn, because he said he was the youngest, so it's like, shit.
Hits you hard when you're the youngest.
Yo, it's Ziki.
Sasan, what's up? How you doing? Isensa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Ball Boy. He had a cool voice.
It was
He had
a nice
really cool
voice, really gritty. It was nice.
Strange, unique.
In the comments, I did see people like recommending some song or whatever. Yeah, the title song from the album.
This album was like the most popular with the sales or by like popular opinion?
Popular opinion.
I
Okay.
see.
아버지를 잃은 날 사랑조차지 막내 곁 떠나시던 날 믿기지 않고 꿈 같은 꿈의 길을 바라고 그 다음날 엎드린 날 불 꺼지던 당 기억이 아파트 계단 앞 모여준 내 친구들 힘내란 말이 내 앞에 힘없이 떨어지고 위로의 말 기도를 아마 그때 처음 했어 아빠가 다시 낚시터 데리고 가면 이제는 절대 지루하지 않을게 3545번호 주차장에 세워진 거 다시 보여줘 현관 앞에 신발이 다섯에서 내 곁대로 우리 민호 이제 집에 하나 있는 남자네 네가 엄마 지켜야지 빨리 커라 강하게 난 아들 아빠의 아들 그날이 아니었다면 내 삶은 지금하고 달랐을까 성격도 지금 나 같은가.
It's rough. Clearly he's dealing with his father's passing from a long time ago. It sounds like he's reconsolidated with it pretty well, but you could definitely tell he's still going through it and expressing it, that like that was such a big deal on him.
It's often in the States where I don't want to say it like that. There's a lot of like issues in the States with like single parents and stuff like that, whether it's because like one parent leaves the house or a parent dies. And oftentimes in like communities where the father leaves the house and there's a son, they get pushed like a bunch of like responsibilities that they shouldn't have to deal with as a child, but they're like, you're the only man in the house now, so you have to like take on these responsibilities, you gotta protect mom, this, that, and the other. And it gets really like harsh and toxic for them to deal with. Like no child should have to have those type of responsibilities pushed on them, especially at such a young age. Because he said he was the youngest, so it's like, shit.
Hits you hard when you're the youngest. Oldest always have some like obvious responsibility, but the youngest ones are always, they're like, oh shit, like it's really just me, I'm the last one. There's this only support that I have to be with myself and make sure that I uphold what everyone thinks I should be.
Especially being in like single parent households like that, it's a lot. It was deep, it was nice.
얼마나 못돼 빠진 일인지도 전혀 모르고 평소에 우리 엄마는 손가락이 아파 식당에 일하시면서 밀가루 반죽하느라 아빠도 없는 주제라고 싸붙인 여자의 말에 아무 대답도 못하고 가만히 있던 난 아들 자랑스럽게 내 길을 걸어와 했네.
Damn. You know, in my hometown, it is like very common to live in a single household with like just your mom and stuff. And so I remember growing up in like middle school and stuff like that, where people would ask me, because I have 4 other siblings. I have an older sibling and 3 younger siblings. And people would always be surprised whenever I told them that I lived with both of my parents and all of my siblings were from both of my parents. Like it really hits you to realize how much of a blessing it is to have both of your parents in your life, because not that many people have it, especially around the community, the hometown that I grew up in. It was very common for kids not to grow up with both of their parents, or if they had other siblings, it'd be like, oh, these are my siblings from my mom and these are my siblings from my dad, but they're not like, we're not fully blood siblings and whatnot. And so I can bet it's even much of like a stronger like stigmatism on it being here in Korea, because I know there's not that many single parent households in general. So to have one, you get bullied for it. Like he said, the girl was like, you don't even have a dad, and he just didn't say anything. So that is deep.
I definitely feel what he's saying and what he's also saying from the music. For me growing up, it's like my mom just raised me, my brother and my sister, and like I was the youngest, and it was like really tough constantly. Just having that persona of like, you think it's supposed to be one way that you see on TV, of everyone's just happy, one family, everything's perfect, but then the reality is like, oh no, y'all are like trying to figure out y'all's emotions. Like even my sister and my brother, they have a different dad than me. My mother was the main like mother father for all of us. So it creates like a different concept in your mind because you see everybody else in school and like you see all their parents all coming up and it's just like this feeling, you know what I'm saying? It's not one that you just like know, but it's one that you just feel through the actual experience. You can definitely relate with everybody else and people can relate with you, but it's like, shit, like you gotta grow up with that your entire life and then come to terms with it and then just keep moving forward. Because it's not normal in many other places. But in other places it's super normal. Even though saying like it's not like his friends would be surprised when they say, oh, when they see his entire family is like intact, all from like the same parents, everything's like one whole thing. Like literally people get surprised. Like I grew up where my lifestyle was like almost all of my friends and we're all just living life like the exact same and we're just like, whoa, we didn't know that's how we all internally still lived and grew up and shit.
책상에 책이 가득해 돈이 없어 서울대를 못 갔대 퇴근 후에도 늦은 밤에 책상 앞에 계셔 난 어른이면 당연히 저러는 건가 했고 명작가는 목욕탕 익숙해지고 15 이후로 나버텼다는 얘기도 먼저 꺼냈지 애들이 아빠 뭐하냐 묻기 전에 묻고 나서 당황하는 표정들이 싫었기에 소원이 있다면 아빠와 술 한잔하고 싶어 이제는 결혼한 누나들의 가족 사진을 본다면 아들과 딸들의 아들과 딸들을 본다면
Damn. Damn.
A dreamy sound.
Yeah. It reminds me of this song by the rapper NF called Why Would You Leave Us, which is about his mother passing away. However, his song is more like angry and resentful because of the way that she passed away. This is just like, he's talking about that just life as being a child, the youngest child in a family of a single parent. Just all the shit that he had to go through and stuff like that. And it's really painful to see, so yeah.
Yeah, it's called Matthew in the Middle by Daniel Caesar and Sean Leon. It's his brother who went to prison before he got to ever meet him. His older brother immediately went into prison before he was born, and he never has ever seen him, only like 1-2 times through the little window. And he just has no idea how life would be if he was actually there, because now he's just like selling drugs in gangs and shit. And his life is just like dangerous, like selling his brother's stuff for weapons and stuff to keep him protected. It's an interesting concept because this is of course all around the world, but you never really know how you're gonna turn out. Even like this song, you could tell his main emotions are his unsurety about who he could have been. Life is always, obviously it's gonna be different if there's that other figure and your creator that is always around you. It's always different, you don't have a choice. If you end up being your father and your mom, see how you're gonna turn out. But if you have a mother and father right there to take that burden and to actually feed that information that you need, then you will also see how you turn out much different.
True.
Please listen to Matthew in the Middle by Daniel Caesar and Sean Leon, some shit like that. Clean song.
And please listen to How Could You Leave Us by NF.
Only heard one song, so I don't even
Only
know.
heard one song. Yeah, only heard one song. I can see why, based off of what the song, like probably the entire album is talking about, like more serious stuff. So people that look to hip hop for like substance or look to music in general for substance see this as like a really, really good album because it's substance. Similar to like how people say Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole are really, really good rappers. Or the GOATs because they rap with substance. So
If this is the only song, I mean, if all of the songs sound like that, then it's probably a really good album. Like it's like I'm all emotional and shit, and people really vibe with it because they all living through their own stuff too. But I don't know, I can't.
it's hard to
Fully
like fully
agree yet,
decide.
right? I want to hear the album then.
Yeah, now I want to hear the whole album. If y'all enjoyed this video, please leave a like, you know, comment something, whatever. Subscribe to the channel, do what you want, do as you please. You know what I'm saying? Y'all spread peace and love out there,
Yes.
okay? Be nice to everyone.
Peace.